What's up, everybody? My name is Evan Knowles. I'm co-founder and CEO of Symba. So today I want to talk about our major goal of Symba and how we're solving that with a key principle of ours. So our goal as a company is to make agents' lives easier. That is our guiding principle for how we design our products and how we build our team, just how we build our business as a whole. Now, one of the key principles I want to talk about today is related to what we call proximity to the problem. And what I mean by this is, think about when you have a problem with your car. You want to get your car fixed. You're probably going to go to a mechanic in a garage whose hands are black and dirty and they're underneath a car. You can tell they're working on cars day in and day out. And the reason that you go with them is because they work on cars all day. They're close to the problems they're solving. They've literally got their hands on these problems. And they're experts. They've been in a car, they understand them intimately, and you want them to solve your problem. You're not gonna go to some nice corporate building with somebody with a big suit on and that looks super clean. Because you can tell they're not in cars all day, every day, and their hands are dirty. They're not getting dirty with the problem. They're not in close proximity to the problem. The reason I want to talk about this is because the same thing goes with software and solving problems with software. And with Symba, we're making a very conscious effort to be in as close proximity to you as an agent and the problems you face as possible. So we do this in a couple ways. Number one, our team. We're co-founded by an agent, one of the top agents in the country, with one of the top brokerages in the country. And that's important because we need to have somebody on our team that has that domain experience, has their hands dirty with the problem, that is using our product in the field with their team day in and day out. That's number one. Number two is our product itself and how we're designing it. So this is a key concept with Symba, and we're in really strong belief that in order to solve problems, like I said earlier, you have to get close to them, and that equals data. And the way we're getting close to the problems and getting close to you as an agent is we're building a solution that is built for your phone. Now I want to talk through why this is important. But first, I want to talk through some of the other players in this market that are trying to solve the problem of how do we make real estate transactions easier? And we think they're trying to solve them wrong. It's our belief that if you want to make transactions smoother, you have to focus on the real estate agent. And the reason you have to focus on the real estate agent is because as consumers and as just the real estate industry in general, it is a very human industry. It is a human problem that somebody wants to pick their life up from one place and move to another. It's a big stage in somebody's life. And so it's our belief that that is a human thing and it's required to take humans to solve. And so our focus is on agents. And I want to make that clear before we go any further. And so I want to talk about a few companies here that are trying to solve these problems and their proximity to you as an agent and to the transaction of a real estate deal. Number one is realtorcom and Zillow. I kind of bucket these two companies together. What they're doing is they're creating real estate portals. They're creating websites where consumers come to look at, what homes are on the market, what might I like, what prices can I afford. They've got pricing calculators, they've got Zestimates, they've got home valuation estimators. They got all these tools that are very top of funnel that give consumers the information they need to begin to think about buying or selling their house. And what these companies do is they gather all these leads and then they connect them to agents and just pass them off to agents. This is really important because the point here is that as soon as they pass it off to an agent, they lose all transparency in a transaction. They don't know what's going on with the transaction. So therefore, they cannot make a transaction easier for the agent or the end consumer and the client of that agent. And so they're really struggling, and they will always struggle to make transactions smoother if they're not focusing on the agent and their problems. And so those two companies are not capable of making transactions easier for anybody. Number two is actually a company that's doing a pretty good job of it, which is Redfin. Redfin is a technology company, but it's at the end of the day, it's a brokerage. And what they've done right, and the reason I feel confident that I can call them a technology company, is that they've built technology around their employees. I'm going to say that employees very obviously. They've built technology around their employees to make these transactions smoother and easier. And they've done a good job of it, and the data shows. Because Redfin has clearly way more transactions per agent than any other brokerage in the United States. They've almost got double the amount of transactions per agent than any other brokerage in the United States. Now, part of that is that, like I said earlier, their agents are employees, they're salaried. So they're capping their employees' earnings. And the best agents will never work for Redfin because they are getting capped on their earnings. That's something to understand. And so you as a consumer, you want to go to a discount brokerage like Redfin, then you're probably going to end up paying very close to what you pay a really good agent, and you're not going to get the best agent you possibly can that maybe understands your demographic, understands your zip code. You know, they're going to have agents that are discount agents because they're a discount brokerage. And that's important to understand. The other thing about Redfin is that they're not going to be able to scale across the United States like a traditional pure software platform technology company. And so because of that salaried model, they're not going to be able to scale like a technology company or even like an EXP, which I want to talk about next. And next I want to talk about, like I said, EXP and also Compass. These are traditional brokerages. These are not tech companies. I want to make that extremely, extremely clear because people confuse that in this industry. Compass and EXP are traditional brokerages that are trying to leverage technology to make their agents more efficient. They haven't done it. They haven't proved any kind of efficiency gains, and that's important to understand. What these two companies do when related to transactions and their agents and solving their agents' problems is one, Compass tried to solve this by building their own technology, but they've made, I think, a mistake. They've been acquiring technology and trying to piece it all together. I think that strategy is very flawed. Now, EXP, what they're doing is they're licensing other pieces of software from the industry, like Chime, but the one that we know they're using most is KV Core, and they're giving their agents that. And so they're actually outsourcing their technology as well. That's why they're not tech companies. They could never be called a tech company. And the other company I want to talk about is all the other CRMs in the space, like Follow Up Boss, like Chime, like KV Core, these other CRMs, Boomtown, these other CRMs made a mistake. But it's not really their fault because when some of them were started, the iPhone wasn't even a mature product. It might not have been around. And so that is a problem because what I'm about to talk about related to Symba is they're not able to get close to the real estate agent or a transaction because they're not mobile first. That's really important to understand. And I want to talk about why that's important. So why is Symba different than all these other CRMs, and why do we think we're in the best position to solve agents' problems and make the transaction easier? Well, our belief is that in order to be close proximity to an agent, to collect the data to make transactions seamless and make agents' lives easier, you have to build for the phone. You have to be mobile first. Very strategic decision we made. And so because we did that, we're able to build a solution that as an agent, you can organize all your contacts, take care of your transactions, automate your transactions, take notes, create tasks, track your finances. These things are coming. And we're doing all of this in a mobile application that you can pull open whenever you want throughout your day, whether you're at a coffee shop, in your car, at a showing, wherever you are, and understand your business and take care of a transaction, communication with your clients, and tasks, all from one application without having to use all these other fragmented tools. Because when you buy a Follow Up Boss, you're probably buying 3 other tools that integrate with Follow Up Boss because it doesn't solve all your problems. And we're trying to build a solution that is on your phone that solves your problems so you can get a view of your business at all times, whenever you want. And that is our goal. A pure example of this would be you as an agent, you text your clients. That is your chosen communication channel with your clients because it's fast, it's easy, and it's familiar to both parties. Well, the problem with your CRM now is that they were built around email. We're built around messaging. Email is a desktop native solution. It's a desktop native communication channel. Messaging is this mobile native communication channel. You don't pull up your laptop whenever you want to text your client in your car. You pull up your phone. And so we're making sure that we build our application mobile first. And so one of the examples, again, is messaging. When you message within Symba, it's going to feel more like Facebook messaging. It's going to feel more like iMessage. But it's going to have tools specific to you as an agent that allow you to leverage your expertise, leverage your unique workflows, and make messaging your clients easier for both you and your client. And that's just one example of how we've made a decision to go mobile first and what that ends like for you as an agent, is a better experience. And so that's what I want to talk about today. And again, we think that we're in a really unique position to solve problems for agents and make their lives easier because we're in close proximity to the problem. we're in close proximity to the agent. We're going to be in close proximity to the problem, which is real estate transactions are rather clunky, they're fragmented, and they take a while and they're confusing. And we want to make that easier for everybody. We think our application, Symba, is our solution to that.